Hi, I'm Leonard, and today we are going to discuss about labor and migration. The Philippines began labor migration toward development and possibly return, and we are the Group 3 of GAS 12A.
And before we get deeper into our topic, we first need to define what is Overseas Filipino and OFWs. Overseas Filipino is the term encompassing all Filipino migrants, whether permanent or temporary, legal or unauthorized. While overseas Filipino workers represent a subset of overseas Filipino and are temporary migrants. And there are three categories of Filipino migrants.
First, permanent migrants. These are the Filipino immigrants who are legal permanent residents abroad, Filipino who are naturalized in their host country.
Second, the temporary migrants. These are the Filipino migrants who stay overseas for works, regularly and properly documented. They are temporary. This includes the land-based and sea-based Filipino workers, meaning to say they facing a contract that they will stay on the host country for the limited time.
And lastly, irregular migrants. These are the Filipino migrants who are not properly documented or without valid residence. In other words, they are illegal immigrants. In the Philippines, illegal immigrants are also called TNT or tago ng tago.
In the Philippines, the migration of moving to the abroad became a culture, and later on, it became common and acceptable to the Filipinos as an option or strategy for a better life. For decades, sizable number of Filipinos have left home in search of permanent or temporary work overseas. It became trend-long attribute to the Philippine economy. Today, more than 10 million Filipinos, or about 10% of the population, are working or living abroad, while the economy markedly improves the recent years. The Philippines launched an overseas employment program in 1970s. The thrust was finding labor markets. The Filipino not only worked to the oil-rich but labor-short Gulf Cooperation Council or GCC, and one of the destinations of the Filipino workers is the Middle East. But in the latter 1970s, labor and works in other countries increased, surfacing the labor migration problems such as poor work conditions or not giving proper wages in workers, and also OFWs being abused by employers. The government developed a number of constitutions, laws, and policies protecting the OFWs and their families. After that, the Philippines became the major source country of workers and talents for global labor while providing the protection for OFWs. The Philippines ranks third after India and China as major recipients of remittances. In 2016, the country received $26.9 billion in money transfer, according to the Central Bank of the Philippines or CBP.
Our next topic is the history of the labor and migration of Filipinos during the American era. The centrality of the United States in early Filipino migration. After 3 centuries of Spanish colonial rule, the Philippines became a U.S. territory as a result of the Spanish-American War in 1898. The first batch of the Filipino workers arrived in Hawaii on December 20, 1906, to work on sugarcane and pineapple plantation, and the workers are mostly single men. Some 4,000 Filipinos were employed in the marine, but this employment possibility ceased with the Merchant Marine Act of 1936, requiring crew of U.S. vessels to be at least 90% of Americans. And that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching!
Created using Powtoon.